Then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be.
Good morning, everyone. Hopefully you guys are having a great Friday. I'm going to unmute that, turn this back on, turn this back on. One guy doing five guys' jobs. It never ends. It never ends. My voice is going to be much better today, hopefully. If not, I will find a barrel and stick it down my throat. You guys know what I'm talking about. All right, so let's go ahead and roll to the chat. Obviously, first, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Hopefully you guys have a great Valentine's Day. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. T-shirt of today is It's a Prepper Thing You Wouldn't Understand. Link in the description when we're done. Hint. Rose, thank you very much. All right, so let's see here. Cold. First, Rose Stoller. Number 2, and Debbie Chandler, you are deterred. Yeah, if you guys don't know this, when you check in, like the first one, right after I leave a window open on the headquarters machine, and it'll tell me like who was the original very first one. When you guys come on, most of the people that posted in the chat last night aren't visible. So just so you know that. Colt was first. All right, let's see here. Looks we got like 16, 70 people in there. Let's see. We do have a poll fired up here, and I'll explain why in a second. Who is most at risk in a crisis? We've got 9 votes, 100% mentally unprepared people, 0% for physically weak people, and 0 for those lacking supplies and community leaders. And the reason why I decided to do this was because I want to make sure that we maintain. Oh, by the way, hot coffee off my hot coffee warmer. I love this little device, 100 degrees Fahrenheit. I wanted to make sure people don't get soft. Okay, in 3 years and 40 days or whatever it is now, this could all change. This could all change. Simply because the world doesn't like what happened for the last 4 years doesn't mean that we're not dumb, and we won't try, and we won't let it happen again. We may get tired of winning after the first year. You know what I'm saying? So stay strong, and there are going to be people that are going to be in your circle, your spectrum of control that are not all there. They're not prepared to survive in a crisis, SHTF, apocalyptic, or just a bad hair day scenario. They're just not mentally capable of living there. Now, before we go any further, I want to make sure I recognize everybody here. We got the Lamb's Light. Good morning, Bradley. Good morning, West Virginia Pappy. Shrapnel Studios. Bullseye Ben. Laszlo. Light Radar. Good morning, Pilgrim. Ian's in the house. All righty then, Canada. Where are we at here? Bradley, Bullseye Ben, Maynard Watkins. What's going on, my friend? What's going on? All right, let's see here. Did you change your eye? Did you make yourself a new icon there, Bullseye? It looks different. Let's see here. Driving to VA hospital as usual. Heading home to play with my new range toys. Yeah, I saw your little video for your neat little gun there. Cuck Farmer watching from the People's Republic of Michigan, feeding 6,000 cows. Watch out for Karens with a bad hair day. I know, right? I know. They're some people are just erratic. Some people are just erratic. Oh man, I got to get up off this microphone. I don't know what it is. I gotta figure out. Maybe I'll do it this weekend. I'll figure out my camera positioning or something. Because it's all everything is all like wonky. It's just I feel like I'm way too close. It's like I'm way like it's just my head filling the screen. And I feel like I should be like that. I feel like I should be something. All right. So is it better? Is it better like this? Or is it better like this? Or is it better like this? One, two, or three? Somebody put it in the chat. One, two, three. One, two, or three, guys. Put it in the chat. I did. Hopefully last logo change. There you go. Yeah, well, let it stick, man. That's a new YouTuber's mistake to change things too soon. Give it a chance. Give things a chance. What's up, Billy? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Yeah, it's 20 here this morning and been free breaks all morning. There you go. Number three, Shrapnel likes number three. You're not allowed to pick zero. You're not allowed to like make up your own value system. Okay. Oops. Good to see you, my friend. All right. So you guys like three? You guys like this? You guys, wow, this is so you like it's so weird. It's like my entire head. Okay. All right. So great poll, guys. Great poll. But let's go ahead and get back on point. We're gonna sip a little coffee here. We're gonna do some educating. We're gonna do some educating. So a blunt yet very realistic perspective on who is most vulnerable during large scale crisis. We're going to highlight the importance of preparedness and adaptability. And what I've done is we've basically got uh good morning. Bob, good morning. Good morning. Um sounds better. LP, we could do a testing live to do things on your end to get you feedback. We like up close and personal. I got you. But it's tedious. It's super. You guys don't know it's super tedious with these setups. I'm literally starting thinking about lowering the camera uh to uh to we'll see what happens. I can't promise you anything. We'll see what happens. All right, so but basically we got basically four groups of people that are going to fall into what we're going to call a high risk group. Okay. Um, the first one are going to be people of physical weakness. The Army has got a brand new commercial they just released yesterday of this big beefy dude deadlifting like 1,000 pounds and picking up all sorts of different weights and things like that. At the very end, he looks in the camera and he says, "Strong people are harder to kill." And it's very true. It's very true. Stronger people are harder to kill. In a crisis situation, a someone who is physically stronger than most is going to do much better. But a lot of this has to do with genetics. I, if you guys know me, I was in the Marine Corps for 20 years, worked out basically no less than 3 times a week for 20 years. Um, and tried the weights, tried the all the different things that you could legally take to make yourself bigger, stronger, faster. And all I did was get stronger and faster, but my body never got big. And people are like, dude, all you do, it's like I would go to the gym like at least one of the 3 days a week, and work out upper body. My lower body was all about running. Core was all about calisthenics, and just got stronger and faster, but just never got big. So there's some genetics issues there to think about. So you can get bigger, or you can get better, you can get stronger, you can get bigger if you eat the right foods. But the second you stop doing that, take a look at Arnold and in what he was in his heyday, and even when he was the big movie star, and now look at him, where his body is like it all shrinks back down to where genetically you're supposed to be. So let's see here. To build that kind of physical strength, it often requires strong mental fortitude. Absolutely. Let's see. Bradley says, best army video I've seen since I was a kid. Yes, absolutely. I used to like that one, the original Army of One video, where the guy is running through the desert with his pack. Yeah, I enjoyed that video. Okay, so let's talk about people with physical weakness. In within this group, there's going to be Arnold was on juice. Oh, absolutely. There are going to be different subcategories, not to be too detailed, but we have to think about it realistically. So there will be those that are going to be dependent on medical care. You know, People who rely on life-sustaining treatments such as dialysis or an oxygen supply, or a vital prescription medication. They face severe challenges when healthcare systems collapse. Without access to medical facilities or pharmacies, these individuals may quickly find themselves in life-threatening situations. To mitigate this risk, it is crucial to stockpile essential medications. You know what? I'm gonna do it. And this is another problem. I don't like that camera. There's something about the whole camera position changes when I do that. It's so annoying. I don't know if is it this one? I'm gonna move that over there. There we go. Better. Um, but stockpile essential medications and medical supplies whenever possible. Hint, hint. Link on the screen. On the screen. To mitigate this risk, it is crucial to stockpile essential medications and medical supplies whenever possible. Additionally, learning alternative care methods and exploring natural remedies could help bridge gaps in medical access during emergencies. Preppers should also build a network of healthcare professionals who can provide guidance in time of crisis. And that's all we're going to talk about on that one. The next one is going to be elderly individuals. Now, and if you're new and you guys haven't figured out, the way this works is I talk about some stuff, you write about some stuff, I read about the stuff that you've talked, and we talk about the stuff that you've written. That was all really some very circular speech there. I almost felt like a politician for a minute. So, elderly individuals. Aging brings health issues like reduced mobility, cognitive decline, and chronic conditions, which become life-threatening without medical support. Limited physical endurance may also make it difficult to evacuate or perform physically demanding tasks. To increase your survival chances, elderly people and their families should create customized emergency plans that account for mobility aids, medical needs, and transportation options. It is also beneficial to designate caregivers who understand the unique requirements of older adults during a crisis. Establishing community support networks can provide additional assistance when family members are unavailable. You guys know about my plan. When something goes wrong, I'm going to get in my car, whether it's an EMP or not, because yeah, I've got EMP shield. I've got EMP shield. Ooh, I haven't pushed that button in a while. There we go. This camera's all messed up too. See, this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what is so irritating about about geez, man, refuge camera, webcam capture. It's so irritating about these things. There we go. I'm going to get in my car. I'm going to drive over. I'm going to get grandma. I'm going to bring her here because grandma's only got a small amount of preps where she is. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. And by the way, guys, if you think that this is a big advertisement fest, it is not. I'm literally just doing this hodgepodge. I've got some buttons that I can push down here, and I thought it would be relevant. All right, so next one is young children. Um, where are we at here? Young children. Infants and toddlers are extremely vulnerable because they depend entirely on their guardians for food, shelter, and safety. They require specialized supplies such as diapers, formula, and medications, which may be scarce in a crisis. To safeguard their well being, parents should maintain a stockpile of essential baby supplies that lasts at least several weeks. They should also learn basic pediatric first aid and have a contingency plan. Where are we at here? And I just moved the whole dumb screen. Contingency plan for a child care if they become incapacitated. Families with young children should consider staying in familiar, child-proofed environments during emergencies to minimize risks. Going to the chat here, Tuckvy says, my dad turned 75 last month. When he was 74, he lost a little over 80 pounds in 10.5 months to get knee replacement surgery. Left one is done. Nice. I think that's great. That's great, man. Um, Bradley says, with age comes knowledge, but more and more reliance on community. Young, dumb, and resilient is great for getting things done, but knowledge is power. Very true. Very true. Shrapnel says, not necessarily, Brad. My grandparents aren't the brightest. That's out of the mouth of babes. Yeah, there's a lot to be said for, age. It's a trade-off. You get smarter, you get more knowledgeable, hopefully you get a little bit more worldly. You calm the hell down, you can see problems, you can see solutions to problems that people that are up front, on fire, doing the physical work, they can't see that. Um, so there's a trade-off. There's a trade-off. This is why we're supposed to be treating our elders with respect, and we've kind of lost that. And it's kind of led to a bunch of frickin' 20 somethings running the country for the last 4 years and basically destroying it because of stupid ideas. Stupid ideas. Yeah, I'm definitely fit. I can do I can do the whole in your face thing if I'm just a little taller like that. How's that? Is that better looking? I think that that's better. I think that's better. This makes me look like I'm like getting ready to. Well, this looks like I'm not as tall as I am. I don't like it. Rose says, am of the cloth diaper age. Those that depend on disposable will be hurting when products run out. Yes, and also, if you didn't know this, those disposable diapers decay. They're designed to be like to fall apart. So if you've been storing all these diapers for years upon years upon years, you might want to open one up and look at the packaging. That's one of the reasons they're packaged the way they are. But unfortunately, the package itself is cheap too, and it will actually crumble. It'll just crumble into dust if you really give it some time. I know this from experience. All right, let's see. Physically unfit individuals. Obviously, that should be part of the physically fit category. Uh, let's step back up. It did look better. There we go. Bradley, thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you. We're going to give you the heart. We're going to give you the like. Everybody give Bradley a like. Do it now, move. And you are the man. You are the man. And we're going to, that didn't type. Son of a biscuit. You are the man. There we go. All right. I don't think anyone said you have a face for radio. I go through stages. I'm telling you right now, guys, I've got to. My hair is, look at this. Look, all this freaking hair, and I'm old. But it's out of control, man. It's so out of control. I should do. Has anybody ever seen me do my crazy liberal look? Oh my God! If you want to see the crazy liberal look, start. Let's hit our goal, and I'll do the crazy liberal look because I can only do it when my beard is like this and when my hair is like this. This is like almost COVID hair. COVID hair was like down to here. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Right now it's like right here. But COVID hair was absolutely crazy. But yeah, if you want to see me do a crazy liberal look, hit the goal. Hit the goal because it's something to see. I don't do it very often. All right, so physical physically unfit individuals. Those who lack physical endurance or mobility may find it challenging to escape danger, carry heavy supplies, or perform other survival tasks. People who are overweight or have sedentary lifestyles are particularly at risk. However, this is one of the few risk factors that can actively improve before a crisis occurs, which means you can fix yourself. Individuals in this category should prioritize getting in shape through regular exercise and a healthier diet. Building physical strength and endurance will not only increase survival skills, but also enhance overall well being. Incorporating activities like mimic survival scenarios, such as hiking or obstacle courses, can better prepare them for real life challenges. Yeah, I tell people all the time, if you think that you're going to bug out someplace, you're just going to grab your pack because the EMP hit and your car's dead on the side of the road, kind of thing, and you're going to start walking, but you never do those things. Um, you need to hike. You need to go on hikes. Just find a place and go on a hike. Get a water bottle. Go on a hike. And it'll change your perspective real fast. For those of you that do not have the physical ability to do that, uh, start doing something, man. Leg lifts, get one of those little spinny thing for your feet on TV that they're starting to. It's funny. These things come back about every 10, 20 years. But yeah, do those things, guys. Let's see here. I don't think I've ever need to see. I don't think I ever need to see that. My vivid hair, my vivid. I gotcha. My vivid. I got you, bro. Hair was longer than most women. There you go. Let's see here. Bradley says, uh, just keep rubbing it in. I don't have hair because I like to be aerodynamic. Shrapnel, but yeah, but you know what? If your wife loves your head, she likes like palm it, it becomes ergodynamic. What? No, ergonomic. You have an ergonomic hair head. Let's see here. JDM just showed up. Good morning, my friend. Good morning. How are you, young lady? Hopefully things are great with you. Cuckfee says, just losing weight and being active helps. Yeah, exactly. Um, Ian says, if EMP hits, I'm staying put. Good for you. Good. Let's go ahead and check the poll. We've got 18 votes, 22 people in here. Who is most at risk in a crisis? Right now, mentally unprepared people, 94%, 6% of those lacking supplies, and 0% for physically weak individuals and community leaders. All right, let's see here. The next thing we're going to talk about is people with mental weakness. Now there's some subcategories. So let's take everything with a grain of salt. Remember that ergodynamic or it's ergodynamic LP. Gee, I got you, bro. Shrapnel. I got you, man. Hold on. Mine. Ergodynamic. TM. Some furniture place is gonna be like, we gotta do that, man. All right, so people with mental weakness. Let's start with the ones with severe mental illness because they're out there, they're running around, they're on drugs, and that can cause a problem. So, individuals that require constant supervision or specialized care may possess risks to themselves or others during a crisis. Excuse me. Without access to mental health services or medications, their conditions can rapidly deteriorate. Families caring for someone with severe mental health issues should prepare by securing extra medication, learning de escalation techniques, and create a safety plan to manage potential crisis. Establishing a support network with trusted community members or healthcare professionals can also provide essential assistance when needed. And I forgot, I got to bring this down here. I gotta bring this down. There we go. There we go. The bottom line is that there are people out there that I personally know of a handful of people around town who are they're dealing with mental illness and refuse to take their medications, and it causes problems. It lands them in jail, and God forbid we get into a situation where something as and then we get into a crisis situation, and that mentally unstable person is running around town and will eventually cause problems, even if they start off as just wanting to help. They will eventually cause problems and kind of mess with the safety of not just themselves, but the other people around. And that's an issue. So, learning how to, if you're in that person's life, making sure that they're on their medication, taking their medication, and two, learning how to de escalate things because normally there are triggers that set these people off. And knowing how to de escalate from that trigger is very, very important if you're going to be in that person's life. All right, looking at the chat here, it looks like Ian says, back in my college days, my hair was mid back, and the beard was roughly the same length. But now, okay, I'm gonna drink a little coffee there. All right, let's see here. People unable to handle stress or change. Unfortunately, we live in a world or basically a generation of triggered individuals who were never raised to be resilient. They never got their ass beat. They never played in the dirt. They they never were forced into confrontation, either by a bully or a big brother or even their parents. And so they don't know how to deal with these things. So they don't know. They're instead of searching for solutions that benefit them, they search for a safe space to run into. Now, unfortunately, these are people that suffer from anxiety, depression. But for those that suffer from these things or an over reliance on modern comforts like technology, they may struggle to adapt to harsh survival scenarios. In high stress situations, they might become paralyzed by fear or make poor decisions. That was productive. Uh, cool. Developing mental resilience through stress management techniques, mindfulness practices, and mental conditioning exercises can enhance their ability to cope. It is also beneficial to gradually expose oneself to uncomfortable situations to build adaptability and emotional fortitude. I engage with someone who is a brand new adult, an 18-year-old, every day, and that 18-year-old has never been asked to do anything their entire life. Everything has been handed to them. Everything. I mean, it's insane. Um, and so when I engage with this person daily, my focus is to make sure that they know that they don't ever have to worry about me, and that I'm not going to be mean to them. But also, they need to understand that I'm not going to cater to their every need, and that I'm not going to uh, make their life any easier than it needs to be, and that they need to do certain things, because it's what I call it's a philosophy I've lately come up with. I call it micro adulting. where you throw these little bitty adulting tasks at somebody who's never had to adult in their entire life. You know, I think it's a real problem if you're old enough to drive a car and set your own schedule, but you don't know where your food came from or how it was made. These kids all think that they're going to survive on ramen noodles. That's their go-to. And we all know that that's just not how it works. Excuse me one second. So dealing with an entire generation that do not know how to work in a high stress environment can be a severe problem. Let's see. Ah, of all the times, general mental unpreparedness. Now we're talking in generalities now. Even strong-willed individuals could break under pressure if they haven't mentally prepared for extreme adversity. The psychological impact of losing familiar comforts, dealing with uncertainty, and witnessing traumatic events can be overwhelming. To combat this, individuals should educate themselves on the realities of crisis scenarios and mentally rehearse potential situations. Joining survival training groups or attending preparedness workshops can also help build the mental toughness needed to endure a long term crisis. Oh my God, really? Everything is coming up right now, guys. I have to apologize. It's all I don't know what's going on. I'm going to go to the chat here real quick. Let's see here. Bullseye Ben says they will most likely become cannibals. The mentality, I'll become hungry enough. West Virginia Pappy says they've never had to lose anything. Exactly. They don't know what loss feels like. Rose says those that are institutionalized will be forgotten. Many caregivers will desert them. Well, yeah, of course, because it's, you know, y- I guess love yourself first. You know what I'm saying? People are there's very few people that are selfless. But the caregivers will quickly realize in an SHTF situation where it's I have to protect the people that are on in my inner circle, whereas the most caregivers, these people are the people that they take care of are right on the line, but they're not family. They're not spouses. They're not lovers. They're not children. They're not grandchildren. You know what I'm saying? And we say we love them the same, but there is a line. There's a line. And if you decide to bring them into that circle, then that's on you. But yeah, a lot of people will just damn it. We started off so well. A lot of people will just desert the people that they're taking care of. Let's see here. JDM says, I'm so thankful my kids weren't raised that way. They were raised like Gen X kids. Yes, mine were too. It's tough for a parent to raise your kids hard because you're taking the chance that they may, you know, after they graduate from high school and go on to bigger and better things, they may never come home. But that's the chance you have to take, because it's better for them to be strong and independent, and love you from a distance, than for them to be weak and needy and try to live in your house forever. That's the truth. Now the hair is 4 inches. Is 4 inches. That's it. That's what she said. Struggle builds character. Absolutely. Pilgrim says my middle son turns 18 this month. All right. Shrapnel says I'm gonna have to disagree, but that's probably the way I was raised. Okay. My oldest, uh, just jumped crazy. My oldest son will be 18 in 7 years. Where are we at here? Show them how to buckle up. There you go. Like AOC, weren't need farmers. We have, yeah, I know, right? We don't, they have no idea where the food comes from. Let's see here. That 22 pump is perfect training. Ian says, before that thing we can't speak about, I worked corrections, work release, and there were several inmates that were non-med compliant. Never knew their personality from shift to shift. Oh yeah, exactly. You just don't know what's going through their mind, you know. They may have got it in their mind in the middle of the night because they had a bad dream that they hate your guts and now want to kill you. You know, that's the problem with the mentally unstable. Let's see here. I voted for the 95%. Skanes girl, shut up. What's going on, girl? Oops says, my blood son died in the army at 35 in 21. My youngest step is 25. I have 6 grandchildren. I'm only 482 years old. I'm sure you meant to put 48 years old or 42 years old. Don't, that's okay. Oops. All right. So, of course, it's got to be I've got to break out the big guns. Oops. I have 7 children and 15 grandchildren that I know of. And that all happened at least 5 years ago. Yeah. So, well, remember, I grow it like this for a reason, guys. All right, let's see here. Let's see. And obviously, sorry for your loss. No one wants to talk about losing their children. Let's see here. JDM, thanks. Morning Pilgrim. We got Skanes Girl. Everybody's saying hi. Everybody's giving everybody high fives and stuff. Skanes Girl says, my daughter and I almost both Gen Xers. Neither of my children identify as millennials. There you go. Second gun I always got was a Rossi pump. You guys are talking about gun stuff. What's wrong with you? Nope, I'm 482 years old. Let's see. Your cuck says parents can't try to be friends to their kids and raising them. Yeah, it's a huge mistake. It's a huge mistake. They should know that you can be friendly, but they should know that we're not friends. Let's see here. People who think they know everything. I don't know what you're talking about, the Lamb's Light, but okay. Bullseye says, I've got 2 kids that I know of. Deployments was Buck Wild in 2012. I know, right? Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about my stuff. That's just crazy. I'm not even talking about my deployments. All right, so the third group that we need to talk about, and we have hit that point in the channel where if you love your country, not your government, government's getting better. If you love your country, put a 1 in the chat. America. I'm going to drink some more of this coffee out of my fancy coffee mug that you can actually get. There's a link someplace down there. Still hot because one of you guys bought me one of these 180-degree coffee heater thingamabobs, which I freaking love. We're going to spit a little truth. We're going to talk a little bit of stuff because it's an educational channel. And as usual, we're going to talk about Jason Medical. And the reason we're going to do that is because if you need medical supplies, which we all do, you're gonna want to get the best. Gonna get the absolute best that you can get your hands on. And I wanted to share something with you because I got an email from Jason Medical, or I'm sorry, from Refuge Medical the other day, and it says, be ready for the unexpected because emergencies don't wait. The world is changing, and so is the way we think about preparedness. It's no longer just for first responders, military personnel, or survivalists. Every day, people are realizing that being prepared is a necessity, not an option. Every day, EDC medical kits and trauma training are becoming essential for civilians. Are you prepared for everyday life emergencies? And they go over the reality, the shift, and the solution. So the solution is having medical gear available and being trained to use it. Guys, it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. You know, if you were gonna replace the engine in your car, would you replace it with, the first thing you found in the junkyard? No, because you know sooner or later it's going to happen again. You're going to replace it with a good engine that you know is going to work and that is not going to fail you. When it comes to life and death situations, the equipment that you have and use and are trained to use must perform every single time. Basically, Refuge Medical is the Glock of the medical equipment companies. So use the code there and that's on the screen, and you'll get to save some money because good stuff ain't cheap these days, and it's getting more expensive. So you might want to get in now before all the crazy tariffs start to kick in. All right, here we go. Back to the main. All right, I should be back on main. When I say main, that is this screen. This is the main. All right, so unprepared people. That's our third group. Unprepared people. We all love these people so much. Oh man, I didn't wake up coughing like this, so it's kind of weird. It must be you guys. It must be you guys. Before we move on to unprepared people, let's go ahead and look at the poll. We've got 22 votes. 91% of people believe that mentally unprepared people are at risk during a crisis. 5% physically weak individuals, and 5% those lacking supplies. Nobody cares about community leaders. All right, let's see here. What is going on here? Anyway, unprepared people, financially struggling individuals. Believe it or not, that falls in the unprepared people bracket, or should I say group. Financially struggling individuals, those living paycheck to paycheck, often lack the resources necessary to prepare adequately. This group may also lack access to vulnerable information on. Here we go. Okay. I'm about to say, I don't remember seeing my screen go crazy with all the ones, but I must have missed it. This group may also lack access to valuable information on survival strategies. However, prepping on a budget is possible with strategic planning. Prioritizing inexpensive but essential items such as canned food, water purification tablets, and first aid supplies can provide a solid foundation. Water, food, and security. They should also focus on acquiring knowledge and skills that don't require expensive gear, such as foraging, basic medical care, and self defense tactics. Building a supportive community network can also help pool resources and information. Man, it sucks because these live streams are going to live forever like this, of me like dying on screen. Um, let's go with the uninformed. Many people are unaware of basic survival skills or underestimate the severity of potential crisis. They lack knowledge about water purification, food preservation, or emergency communication methods. To address this, they should start by educating themselves through reliable sources such as survival guides, online forums, and local preparedness groups. Practical, or should I say, practicing essential skills like fire starting, shelter building, and first aid can significantly improve their readiness. Regularly participating in emergency drills or simulations can also enhance their ability to respond effectively under pressure. Now, with that said, I've noticed the chat has gone a little quiet, and that is a-okay. Because I'm going to go to the chat now. Oh wow, we got to change, and now we've got 4% community leaders, 4% those that lack supply, and 4% physically weak. 88% is mentally unprepared people. The votes us a changing. 24 for 24. That is not bad. I'm going to go ahead and roll up here. Let's see here. Skeins, I'm 45. My girls are 27, 24, 21, and 14. The oldest will be 30, and I will still be in my 40s. Lucky girl. Um, help! I'm in a chat. I'm in a chat with old folks. uh, let's see here. West Virginia Pappy says must be prepared. Emergencies don't come with warnings. Exactly. Skeins girl says, Ian, where do you find the American flag to post? I have tried and tried to look it up without success. Okay. JDM says, don't worry, stick with us. Where are we at here? Refuge. What is this? Refuge Rocks. Absolutely, 100%. I was doing my taxes, and all the stuff that I bought from Refuge Medical, I use in my videos so I can write them off on my taxes. Yeah, I bought a lot of stuff from these guys. Honestly, guys, I've never been given anything from Refuge Medical to make these videos. Yeah, I make I think it's something percent. It's whatever. When you buy something, when you spend $1,000, I get 32 cents, that kind of thing. Did my taxes, got all of the my income levels logged in, and I made $24,000 a year on top combined with my retirement. So I clearly don't do this for the money. All right, let's see here. Skane says, JDM, that was me. My daughter threatened to make a grandma at the same age I had her. I would have been 34. Oh, that's crazy. Let's see here. The chat is going a little weird. Let's see. That puts you at 6. You guys are all talking about. We've got the girl talking about kids conversation going on, which is a-okay. but it doesn't help my live stream though. Uh, the Lamb's Light says, "I guarantee I'm the oldest here." Well, there you go. Well, there you go. All right. So the last thing in this particular category is what we're going to call overconfident preppers. Some preppers believe they have everything figured out, but lack the experience to implement their plans effectively. They often overlook critical details such as backup plans, community security, long-term sustainability. To avoid this, preppers should routinely test their equipment, practice their plans, and update their strategies based on changing circumstances. Now, they should also remain open to learning from others' experiences and mistakes, which is key for this channel. Joining prepper communities like this can provide valuable feedback and insights to fine tune their preparedness level. Yeah, that's a thing, guys. That's a real thing. We got some stuff in the chat. Looks like Tomfish showed up. I think there's a segment of well-organized individuals that will take advantage of confusion with the goal of acquiring treasures. There's always, yeah, they're called criminals. They're called criminals, Tomfish, and they have existed since forever. Look at the roadside bandits. Before Robin Hood. That's exactly what they were doing. They were just taking advantage of people trying to get from point A to point B. Maybe they were settlers, maybe they were just moving, or maybe they were just going to town to buy stuff to bring back to their homestead. Um, and or they had bought stuff and were heading back in town. So people are going to take advantage. They're called bandits. Let's see. That's what I meant about those that think they know it all. I got you. I got you. Let's see here. A lot of them like to call themselves, what is it, werewolf preppers, and that everybody just pretty much just laughed at them. They just pretty much laughed at them when they started talking about stuff like that. All right, you're still going to be 483? Come on. If you think you've got it figured out, you've already lost. Very true, West Virginia Pappy. We had even theft in the Helene disaster here. Yeah, 100%. People will take advantage. They're opportunists out there. My oldest son I call him my felon, and he's an opportunist. He supposedly got his act cleaned up, but unfortunately, he's already done so much damage to the inner circle, the inner family circle, that it's too dangerous to let him in. So let's see here. Shrapnel says my math is terrible. It's not like I'm in college or anything. Oh wait, Shrapnel? What are you studying? First of all, Shrapnel, you could be the youngest person here. Now, Kentucky, what is it? Kentucky Goatman is the youngest, and he's just turned 17 or 18. How old are you, Shrapnel? It's okay. No one's going to beat you up here. And what are you studying? Let's see here. I'm almost 71. There you go. Let's see here. Lamb of the Light says, are you in North Carolina? Yeah. All right. So, waiting for you to fill in the chat, we're going to go on to number 4, leaders of various natures. Now, we have to be cautious. Family can be complicated. I understand. There you go. Not far from Cock. I'm 59. Just don't look it or act it. There you go, Skates. 14. I'm getting my degree in military history. You're 14 years old. Come on. I don't believe you. Uh, uh, you live in Swannanoa. There you go. So that makes me the youngest. You're not 14 years old. Are you being you can't be going after come on, are you some child prodigy? Is that what this is all about, Shrapnel Studios? Because there's a picture of you. There's a picture of you. Where are we at? Go to channel. I'm gonna look. There's a picture of you on your holy shit, you might be 14. Why aren't you in school? It could be. That is mind blowing. That is mind blowing. Out in the Monahan sand dunes. Okay. Well, I'm gonna shut my mouth now. Ben summoned me here a couple of weeks ago. I got you, Shrapnel. All right. Well, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because if you're working on a degree and you're 14, you're pretty damn smart. All right, let's see here. Our fourth group is what we're going to categorize leaders of various natures. Now, the first one is going to be, well, it's kind of grouped together. It's kind of like this, you know what I'm saying? Cautious of who you allow to be a leader is the big talking thing. Political, religious, or community leaders. They can be very dangerous. Okay. Um, uh, where are we at here? In times of societal collapse, leaders often become scapegoats for widespread problems. As public outrage grows, they may be targeted by those seeking to blame someone for their suffering. Leaders can protect themselves by maintaining transparency, effectively communicating crisis management strategies, and demonstrating empathy. It is crucial for them to build trust with their communities before a crisis occurs. Additionally, having a personal security plan, including safe evacuation routes and secure communication methods, is essential for their safety. Basically, the crowd might turn on you. So, one of the reasons people don't step up in crisis situations is because they don't want to be blamed for things when they go wrong. Because you could have a plan, you could be, everybody could be looking to you, and you come up with this idea and they execute and the plan fails, and now maybe somebody died, maybe it completely failed, maybe it destroys what you were trying to create, and now people will be looking for somebody to blame because remember it was already a crisis situation and now the crisis just got worse. And so now people have a tendency to become angry and be emotional and don't really see that you were just trying to help. And so now they're going to be looking for somebody. They're going to be looking for the scapegoat. They're going to be looking for somebody to blame. So you need to be able to protect yourself. All right, let's see here. I've been in Monaghan's twice. Cool place. Oh, you really talk. I live there in Texas. There you go. Shrapnel. At LSU, I had to take a refresher course to get my nursing license client. Current, I'm an RN. There you go. Being part of a strong community will take you further than solo survival statistically. Yes, exactly. And it helps because everybody has to sleep. Let's see here. It looks like Tuck showed up. There we go. Don't be the fall guy. The Lamb's Light says, when the Helling disaster hit us, there was a long time where it felt like we were in Mad Max movie. Um, so many vehicles, trucks, military, etc. Here, I'm almost seem like you could ignore the rules. Exactly. Bad leaders make good barter items. Okay. All right, so let's go over a few recommendations. We got about 10 minutes left on this, but let's go ahead and talk about some of the recommendations based off of what we've talked about so far. All right. Uh, Build a community network. Relying solely on individual preparedness is risky. Building strong community ties allows for resource sharing, enhanced security because you got to sleep, and emotional support during crisis. Misery loves company. Forming mutual aid groups can improve survival chances for everyone involved. Be cautious about mutual aid groups because there can be problems there as well. Now, the next thing is develop practical skills. Knowing how to grow food, purify water, provide medical care, and defend oneself are fundamental survival skills. Regular practice and hands on training ensure proficiency when it matters most. Remember, water, food security. When's the last time you purified water? When's the last time you checked your stockpile? When's the last time you went to the range to make sure you could still actually hit a target in at the minimum a non-stressful environment? Okay. Water, food security. Develop practical skills. Now, create adaptable plans. A rigid survival plan can quickly become obsolete. Developing flexible, adaptable strategies enables people to adjust to evolving situations. Continuously reassessing and updating preparedness plans enhance your resilience. I talk about this, nobody does it. But I'm going to just keep talking about it because this is an educational channel. and is your plan on paper? It's that easy. And I'm actually going to attempt to interview somebody for this channel who has his own channel that has like zero traction, and I don't know why, but I wanted to talk to him with you guys because um, he's actually written it all out. He's got a book for his family. It's absolutely amazing. And I want to find out what it took to get him to that point because I think it's an important learning point for all of you. Okay. I'll keep you guys in the loop on that, and we'll definitely be doing something with these guys. All right. So, the last thing to think about on the leadership stuff is to prioritize mental and physical fitness. Strive or surviving a crisis requires both mental toughness and physical endurance. Regular physical exercise and mental conditioning practices, such as meditations and stress management techniques, improve overall resilience. If you're going to be a leader, you need to do that. You need to lead by example. You can't say, hey, be physically fit and not be physically fit. You know what I'm saying? You cannot be, 700 pounds sitting on the couch going, I'm the general. It won't work. You have to be able to be mentally tough, mentally strong, have good decision making skills because people will be looking for you to do exactly that. And if you don't, you should not be in a position of leadership. All right, let's see here. I'm interested, LP. I'm interested. What are you interested in? All right, so let's go ahead and close this up and then we'll go to the chat. So, in conclusion, many people are unprepared for catastrophic events, either due to physical or mental limitations or a lack of planning. However, proactive steps can improve survival chances by addressing weaknesses, building community networks, developing practical skills, and maintaining mental and physical fitness. Individuals can significantly enhance their readiness. The key to survival lies not only in resources, but also in adaptability, resilience, and continuous learning. Oh, the book. I got you, Pilgrim. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and stop talking about that and start talking about the chat. Before we do that, we have 6 minutes to meet our goal. If we do not, you will get neither tinfoil helmet or crazy looking liberal look. Who is most at risk in a crisis is the question of the day. 86% believe mentally unprepared people, 7% believe that those lacking supplies, and 3% are physically weak individuals and community leaders. All right, yeah. Now you guys know why I put community leader in the chat, right? Or in the thing. Let's see here. LSU, take refresher course license, be part of a strong community will take you further than solo survival. Don't be the fall guy. Let's see here. We covered a lot of this already. I'm going through the chat right now. Where are we at here? Same here. During that time, my neighbors had to cook their food on a grill. They had a picnic by the road. I was appalled. It advertised their food. Well, to each their own. To each their own. Where are we at here? So many chat. I love that you guys are talking, but it really kills me. I live in San Antonio. It still looks like that. It's Gainesville. Um, Skater, I think this is where country kids have an advantage. Kick their asses outside all day. They will figure out how to survive. Yes, I was kicked out every day. It sucked. I remember how bad it was. I used to like hide, because no, go outside and play. Come back for lunch. You would want that bologna sandwich. And you'd want that bologna sandwich. I'm having a flashback here. Oh no, I said come back for lunch. I didn't say come in for lunch. You got to go to the bathroom? No, okay, good. Eat here's your lunch. And would get handed a bologna sandwich, and I had to sit on the porch and eat it, or should I say the step and eat it. And that was it. And if I was thirsty, there was a faucet around the corner. I mean, these days somebody's going to call child services. Um, my friend broke her finger punching a guy in his face. She said he deserved it. Farm child chores done was out on bike roaming the countryside for hours. There you go. Grew up on a farm and working it. It was the best childhood I could have. Absolutely. We got lunch. You got lunch? Wow. I know, right? You lived in a paper was it you had a box? It sounds like that scene from Deadpool. Cooking by the road might be looking for more to cook. Okay. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing. I'm just saying it's a thing, you know. JDM says, I love being outside playing, stomping around the woods when I was a kid. There's so many times I remember being in the woods, just being in the woods. I remember the first time I started a fire that got out of control and I was scared to death. I'm just glad there was like five of us and we were able to put it out. Um, but still, you're like at your house that night worrying if there's like a forest fire. Every time you heard a fire engine come by, you were just like, "Oh my God, did I do this?" You know. But yeah, let's see here. Never knew all the things we did as kids, like building forts, drinking out of the creek, getting lost in the wood for hours would prepare me for survival. Absolutely, 100%. Stratton says, I grew up in the backwoods of Virginia where I hike nearly every day. Now I live in the ass crack of oil country where I have to run around a desert to get any activity. Ah, it's, it's a significantly different environment. Significantly different environment. All right, so it looks like we only have 1 minute and 43 seconds to meet our goal for today. If we don't, we don't. It's not a big deal. I'll remind everybody today is Valentine's Day. I woke up this morning. The girlfriend was already up. She was in the couch. She put her phone down. She said, Happy Valentine's Day. And I said, Is it really today? Yeah. So I got to go do something. I got to do some last minute stuff because, yeah, I'm 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 not prepared for Valentine's Day. Maybe I'll get like some dehydrated something and make a shape of a heart on the table. I don't know, something. I got to do something. I'm thinking about going to like find like a little vase of like one of those little micro vases and get like a little like one flower and put it in there and just keep it in my coat and then going to lunch and putting it on the table, something like that. Oh, it's crazy. Let's see. Open pheasant. My son is a doctor, and the life he had working here raising animals has helped him to be resourceful. Yeah, okay, cool. I like it. We take off on our bikes, be the next town over, a 10-minute car ride away. Yeah, exactly. What YouTube channel wrote the book? Don't worry about that, cuck. Don't worry about that, cuck. Don't be trying to jump the gun, man. Don't be trying to jump the gun. You guys are gonna find out. I've got to have a conversation with him. But yeah, you guys are gonna get to meet him. You guys are gonna get to meet him. I'm gonna record it. I'm gonna interview him. If you guys have ever, I need to create. If you guys didn't know, I actually have done interviews in the past. Um, but I need to create a playlist on YouTube of all of my interviews. Is what I need to do. That way, you guys can actually see. Hey, I actually do interviews. It just doesn't have very. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but with the things happening in my life right now, it's really difficult to schedule anything. So um, that's why. That's the reason. Those are the things. Stay warm during the cold snap. Gotcha. Is it going to get cold again? Do we have more weather coming? I mean, it just, you know, it's like God just or Santa just had a cocaine, you know, party on us the other day. But it's all on the side of the road now. I wanted to subscribe to the channel. I know, bro. I know. It's okay. You will, because I know you're going to be back here and you'll see that video, and we're going to make sure we take care of this guy because last time I checked, he only had 8 subscribers, and so we need to do it. We need to do it appropriately. Okay, it's not a big deal. All right, and we will do it, and we will do it. So you guys know I promote other people's channels here. It's not a big deal. It's cool this month in the South. Yes, dang it. It's mid-30s here. Oh my God, we're gonna get it. Okay. I guess I need to find my guy. You guys know there's like a guy on YouTube who's like a professional, like he's a real weatherman, a meteorologist. Guys who don't study. I always thought that was hilarious because they don't actually study meteors. Anyway, but yeah, if you guys didn't know that there's a guy on YouTube who actually does the weather, it's absolutely crazy how he predicts the things that are going to happen, and he doesn't work like for the weather company and that kind of stuff. So, all right, guys, I'm dragging this on. It's 10:01. I got stuff to do. I want you guys to have a great weekend. Stay safe. Have a great weekend, and I shall see you when I see you. Yes, Ray Hall. Talk to you guys later. Bye bye. This one. There you go. There you go. For those of you that hung out, there you go. This is what happens later.